Every time I plan to upload a video, I upload a community post, a meme, a random meme, right? I was going to post this specific one, but I actually have a lot to say about this. Hashtag question. Fellas, your girl you've been living with for 4 years comes home and admits her side dude did this. What you gonna do? Now, if you're on mobile, you probably can't see the details of this picture, but this woman has a cut on the bridge of her nose, bruise under her eye. Her eye is puffed up too. She got a black eye, and with a tear running down her face from that black eye. Now, this is interesting, very interesting. A woman I've been in a relationship and lived with for 4 years comes home and says her side dude, which means she was cheating on me, some side dude did this to her. Here's how I'll handle it. You'll call it simping all you want, but I'm probably going to send her to get medical attention, send her to the hospital to get checked up on, maybe even file a police report if you really want to do that while you're at the hospital. But when you come back home, you'll pull up, skirt, and a bunch of your bags and the boxes laying out the front of the house, your toothbrush on the grass, your skincare bottles rolling on the sidewalk, and the locks will be changed on every single door. While she's at the hospital crying about how some dude she cheated on me with beat her up, all her clothes are being packed up and thrown out the back of the crib. Not only did you come to terms and admit you're a cheater, but you're homeless now because of it. Listen, I don't mean to be a cold dude, but 4 years in a relationship living with somebody and they do this, and her and that dude, the dude that beat her up, listen, you two will figure it out. Like you two figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your protection, your security. That's your problem now. Like I said, I'll help tend to her injuries, her wounds, but that's my respectable departure. I'm sure some of you guys will handle it differently though. How would you do it? Would you even tend to her injuries? Would you just kick her out right there and then? Let's say she wasn't going to go to the hospital or file a police report, right? Man, she'll be in the bathroom washing her face, putting that ointment on, Band-Aid, and she'll hear pop. Her phone charger being unplugged from the other room. You'll hear a huge garbage bag being opened. Yeah, that's me. That's all your stuff going in there. Am I being insensitive right now? If you think so, don't you think cheating on someone you've been with and living with for 4 years is not insensitive itself? Deceitful, disloyal, disrespectful, careless, and horrible. But me kicking her out, I guess, is insensitive. I don't know. Remember that ex I told you about who, when she was like my first serious relationship, when I graduated high school, I met this girl in college, and first year, I told y'all in older videos that I wasn't very nice to her. I wasn't a good boyfriend. I just wasn't very nice to her. If you've been following the Aku timeline, when I was a teenager, I resented women because a woman had exploited me when I was younger, and that trauma carried on with me. So when I had this first girlfriend in real life, I say in real life because before I was dating online during my high school years, I struggled a lot to be a good boyfriend. I was paranoid all the time. I was always defensive. I felt like she hurt me, even though she didn't. I was projecting my issues. So if you remember about this ex, she ended up cheating on me. And, I was never really upset about it like that when it happened. How cool. What, you got cheated on? How you not upset? Why I wasn't upset? Because I was terrible to her. I wasn't happy about unfaithfulness, but I wasn't surprised or too reactive about it because I felt like I deserved it. Even back then, I knew, I felt like this was something, this is karma. So this ex, she cheated on me with her coworker at the job she was at. And how I knew was because first she admitted who it was. But then when I had a personal Twitter account at that time long ago, she changed her picture, her avatar, to her and him laying down together, laying down on the couch. I remember the picture, photo memory of it, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what she was doing. She was trying to hurt me because I was stalking her Twitter because she broke out. I was upset. And listen, she was trying to hurt me and she did. She's posting her and her new man. Now, since I accepted this was what it is, again, I felt like this was karma even back then. I just continued on with my life. I just felt like, all right, you know what? Next time I actually get a girlfriend, I'll be better. I won't be how I was. And I remember one day at my old job, it was like 4 a.m. I worked a night shift, right? And 4 a.m. in the morning, I get a text message and it's from my ex. And she's like, "Hey, Andre, how are you?" And I said, I'm fine, just working. I've been talking to this new girl and just trying to move on. And see, this is how terrible I was when I was younger. That was cap. I was lonely. I just lied and told her that I had something else going on, like I was talking to some other girl. And I did that so I can make it seem like I'm not bothered by her posting on Twitter and stuff. Like I wasn't stalking her or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you stalk your ex after you miss her. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to make it seem like I wasn't doing that. I didn't want to show that I'm hurting about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, I wouldn't say for some reason, but the 18-year-old Aku, straight out of high school, I didn't want my ego to be shattered. I didn't want to look weak. So I lied. And she says something to me after that text. She's like, oh, that's good. I'm happy for you. I miss you. He hurt me. And I said, I read the text again. Oh, that's good. I'm happy for you. I miss you. He hurt me. And I remember staring at the text message. And I zoned out for a second. I was like, what? What do you mean he hurt you? And she said something like, she wrote a whole story about the situation, but just to summarize it, she said that they were like fighting in the car and she tried to leave and he grabbed her wrist really hard and she bruised or something because of that. And then he hit her or something. He punched her on the side of her head. And mind you, this is the dude she cheated on me with. Aku, never in my life put my hands on somebody. I fought some dude in 7th grade. I fought like 2 dudes in 7th grade when I was like 12 or 13 years old. And after that in my life, I have never been in any physical action. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fighter, nor am I physical. So when I heard her say that dude hurt her, attacked her, I think that's why I like froze up, because I was like, for some reason, it was so bizarre to me. Like I was like, it just bothered me so much. I was such in shock. And remember, she works with this guy. You guys are going to see each other at work the next day, the next shift. Like, I remember I was so distraught about this. I was baffled. I was angry. And I remember I told my mom about this and she gave me some great advice. And this is the moral of this whole story and how it relates to the meme we're talking about today. My mom told me, simply let her deal with it. And I was like, huh? But someone hurt her. She was attacked. I mean, this is a woman being attacked by a man. You're a woman, my mom. Don't you feel it's important that she tries to get help? A woman just got attacked. Like, and I remember, and I didn't understand when I was younger and what she was trying to say to me. It actually made me mad at her at the time, my mom. I was very mad at her about this. But being older now, I get it. My mom said, she put herself in that situation. And again, I was mad. That's so insensitive. How are you going to blame a victim here? How are you going to victim blame? She was like... But then, as I got older, I was able to think about this from a grander perspective. Yes, I wasn't very nice to her. And I take full responsibility for the role I played in the breakdown of our relationship. But regardless, she cheated on me. She could have just broken up with me instead of cheating. If you're not happy with someone or you want to be with someone else, just leave or go be with someone else. You know what I'm saying? You're no longer invested in the relationship or find yourself drawn to someone else. Why choose to cheat instead of simply parting ways? She violated the sanctity of commitments and promises we made to each other, going behind my back and creating a deeper wound than a normal breakup would ever do. On top of this, you did it with a coworker. Now you're at this job and you're dating a coworker, which as far as I'm concerned, that's usually against company policy unless you guys are in a different department, right? I don't know how that works to some of you guys watching your job, but as far as I'm concerned, you can't date employees unless it's a different department. And now we find out this same person, he is physically harming her. You got to go to work the next day and see this guy. You're in such a messy situation. And this is what my mom meant or understood. This whole thing that she's going through or dealing with, my ex, isn't my business anymore. Yeah, I loved her. I cared for her. I had anger issues, and I had a lot of maturing that I need to get done. And I'm not surprised she cheated on me. Not surprised. Does that make it right? But I'm not surprised. But once she made that decision to do so, to cheat and be with somebody else, that's not my girl anymore. She made the conscious decision to be with somebody else. Sadly, this person who she chose to be with is willing to physically harm her. Yo, I'm out the picture here. This has nothing to do with me. Besides, this is some dude you chose to replace me with. Like, what am I supposed to do? Call HR for you at your job and say that you're first of all, you're dating your coworker, and that this coworker is the one who you started dating and he attacked you? Am I supposed to contact this guy and start beefing with him? And then what? Now I got problems with some dude I don't even know because of some girl that isn't even mine, who cheated on me with you. Am I supposed to call the police for you? Now I'm in some lead. Now, okay, now I gotta deal with some legal obligations now because I'm the one who called the police. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta deal with the event. Like, now, see, you see how now I end up crawling into a situation that, again, that's not my girl anymore. This has nothing to do with me. My mom said she put herself in that situation. I mean, I don't think she knew that this dude was gonna hurt her. Again, I never did anything to her like that. I was just grumpy and mean. When I say I was a bad boyfriend, at that time, I cared more about Team Fortress 2 than spending time with my girlfriend. I was just an inactive, irresponsible boyfriend who had anger issues and didn't appreciate what I had at the time. You know what I'm saying? This dude is out here doing some other stuff. I'm sorry, but it's not my problem. I'm sorry that this happened to you. Go get help. But like, this has nothing to do with me. So going back to this picture and the meme here, right? Like, if this happened, I'm sorry. I'm just kicking you out. You can be homeless. I don't care. And this is your problem now. This is you deal with it. For real. You and this guy, you two deal with it or something. I don't know. I got nothing to do with this. And as my mom said, let her deal with it. I might as well just close the door and kick you out immediately once I find out she has a side dude. Like I said, yeah, you know what? After this story, after retelling the story here and reminding myself what my mom said and rationalizing all of this, I actually changed my mind. I actually wouldn't even send her to the hospital. Yo, just get out. You handle your own 911 call to the hospital. I'm not even driving you there. Go get an Uber. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you taking yourself to the hospital. You dealing with all this stuff by yourself. I don't know you. I don't know you anymore. Like, you had some side dude this whole time. I was living for you in a relationship for 4 years. I don't know you anymore. I'm not with you. You're not my girl anymore. Why should I be obligated to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and get myself involved in some situation that you were being sneaky behind me the whole time. Like why would I get involved in this? Yeah, you know what? Complete change of heart. I changed my mind, guys. Like, what do you guys think? What would you do? Let me know down below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen.